Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Math Made Easy with Terry in 10 minutes. So today we'll be talking about finding the value of C. So for an indefinite integration, how do you find the value of C? Please make sure you review previous video before coming to this video. And it's important that you don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so that when I upload new videos, you'll be the first person to know. So as said in the previous video, in order to find the value of C, you need extra information, okay? So here, one of the things you need to keep in mind, we need extra information. So we need extra information. So we need extra information, okay? So what will happen here is that I'm going to give you the 4 rules for integrating to get the value for C. So remember I told you we only look for the value of C in indefinite integration. Does that make sense? I will soon explain the difference between a definite and indefinite, okay? But just for now, just know that when we're having the value of C or we're adding C after integrating, it means that it's an indefinite integration. So we have 4 rules for integrating with the value of C, okay? So I'm going to show you that. So we have 4 rules here on how to integrate to find the value for C. So number 1, the first thing you do, you apply the 3 rules previously we've discussed for the general form of integration. So you apply the 3 rules we talked about in the previous video. So you apply the 3 rules for the general form of integration. Okay. Number 2, then you substitute the X and Y coordinates. Okay, so you need to have the extra information basically means that you have the X and Y coordinates, all right, into the answer from step 1. Then number 3, when you're done with that, you then make C subject of the formula. And number 4, we then replace the value of C all right, value of C from step 3 into the answer from step 1. All right, so first thing first, you apply the 3 rules of the general form where we talked about you add 1 to the power of X or the variable, you divide it by the new variable, then you add C, right? Then after that, you then substitute the value of X and Y coordinates into the answer you get. Then you make C the subject of the formula, then you replace the value of C from step 3 into the answer from step 1. Okay, so let's pick an example here. So let's assume we have this. Okay, so let's assume we're told that find the integral, okay, of 3x plus 1 dx, given that all right, the curve passes through 1, and 2. All right. So we're now told find the expression of y in terms of x. Okay. All right. So we're given this now. You're told to find the expression of y in terms of x. So we're basically told asked here to integrate. All right. So let's start first. So step one, we're told for the first step is that we have to apply the 3 rules for the general form of integration. So please, if you've not watched my previous video, please do so. Go back and watch it. So I'm going to just go straight and apply that. So we have 3x, all right? So the same thing as raised to power 1, right? So plus 1 divided by 1 plus 1 plus 1 is the same thing as x raised to power 0. So when you have a constant, it means there's an x there, but just basically raised to power 0. So plus 1, then divided by 0 plus 1. Okay? Then it's going to give us 3x2 divided by 2 plus x. Then you have to add a c, and this is going to be equal to what? Y. All right? So that's how you integrate. So it's going to be 3x squared over 2 plus x plus c. Now, the next thing is step 2. So step 2, we're told that we need to then substitute the x and y coordinates in the answer from step 1. Now, but if you look at the question we have here, you can see quickly that the x here, we have for here, the x is 1 and the y is 2. So therefore, we can now say the x is equal to 1 and the y is equal to 2. So basically, we are going to put this into the equation there. So let's go back and put it back. So you're going to become 2 will be equal to, so anywhere you see x, you put 1, and anywhere you see y, you put 2. So it's going to be 3, 1 squared over 2 plus 1 plus c. All right, so when you're done with that, the next step is that we have to make c subject of the formula. So what do I have to do then? Then I'm going to take all this to the other side to make c subject of the formula. So that's step 3. So I'm going to take all this to the other side. So that means c is going to be equal to, I'll take all this there. So it's going to become 2, or let me put it this way so I'm not confuse anyone. So it's going to be 2 minus 3, 1 squared over 2. Take this to the other side. Minus 1, it will be equal to what? C. So therefore, C is going to be, when you press all this in your calculator, it's going to give you minus 1 over 2. So then, step 4, we'll now have to replace the value of C from the answer we got from step 1. So that means step 1, this is the answer we had. So that means the final answer for this now is going to be y is equal to 3x squared over 2 plus x plus 1 minus 1 over 2. Or basically, if you want to, because plus times minus will give you minus, so you can just write it as minus 1 over 2, and that will be the answer for that. Okay, so basically, you just integrate as normal for the general form. You substitute the value of x and y, and you find the value for c. So basically, when you're looking for c, you need extra information. So you need to know the value for x and the corresponding value for y. Okay. So let me speak one more example for this. All right, let's pick one more example and see what we have. So let's say we have this. So example. Okay, let's assume the example I have here, we're told the curve y, which is equal to f of x, okay? The curve y, which is equal to f of x, passes through the point half and minus 1. Okay? So we're now told that given that f prime x, so remember I told you in the differentiation series that f prime x is exactly the same thing as saying dy over dx, okay? So f prime x is equal to 8x minus 2 over x squared. Now we're now told that we need to find the expression for f of x. Okay? So we need to find the expression for f of x. Okay. All right, so we're given that curve y is equal to f of x. It passes through the point, half, and minus 1, given that f prime x is equal to 8x minus 2 over x squared. Find the expression of f of x. All right, so what do you do? So the same thing we've talked about earlier. So the first step, we'll have to apply the 3 rules of integration. And remember, I told you the first thing you have to do is that you have to convert each of them to index form. So that means the first thing we have to do is to convert it to index forms. So we have, so you can write f prime x if you want to, okay? So f prime x or dy over dx is going to be 8x minus. Now we have to convert this to index form. So this is the same thing as saying 2 multiplied by 1 over x squared, right? So we can convert 1 over x squared to index form, and that will give us 8x minus 2x minus 2. Are you seeing it? So this is in index form now, and that's f prime what? X. So they want us to now integrate this, all right? So when you integrate f prime x to give you y, it will be equal to, you add 1 to the power, divided by the new power. So it's going to be 8x, this is just 1, which is power 1, divided by 1 plus 1, minus 2x minus 2 plus 1, divided by minus 2 plus 1. All right? And this is going to give us y will be equal to 8x2 over 2 minus, so minus 2 plus 1 will give you minus 1. Minus divided by minus will give you plus. Will give you 2x minus 2 minus 1, then plus c, okay? So, but I can still simplify this because 8 can divide this to give you 2. So we can now say, therefore, y will be equal to 4x squared plus 2x minus 1 plus what? Plus c. Okay. Now, that's step 1. Then we need to go to step 2 now. So in step 2, we need to substitute the x and the y coordinates from the answer from step 1. So we already have the coordinates here. So we're going to go to step 2 now. So for step 2, okay, we already have it to be y is equal to we have it as y is equal to 4x squared plus 2x power minus 1 plus c, okay? So we have it here, y is equal to 4x squared, okay? 4x squared plus 2x minus 1 plus c, okay? Then the next thing we need to do then is to then put this number there. So let's see what we can do then. So because from the question we had, we know that x is equal to half and y is equal to minus 1. So let's see. We're told here that x here is half and y is minus 1. So we can now go back here and we know that x is equal to half and y is equal to what? Minus 1. So we can now put it back. So anywhere you see x, you put half, and you put y, you put minus 1. So it's going to give us, when we substitute this now, we're going to have minus 1 is equal to 4 into bracket 1 over 2 squared plus 2, 1 over 2 minus 1 plus c. All right. So, and step 3, we're told to make C the subject of the formula. So to make C subject of the formula, I'm going to take all this to the other side. So C now is going to be equal to, or put it this way first. So -1, you take this to the other side, it's going to be -4, 1/2 squared. Then 2, take it to the other side, -2, 1/2 minus 1 is equal to what? C. So when you press all this in your calculator, your C should be equal to -6. So step 4 now said we need to replace the value of C that we got from step 3 into step 2, sorry. Okay, so the value of C we got, so we got the answer from this was 4x squared. So instead of having C, we're going to put -6. So the value we had before is going to be, so this is step 4. All right, step 4. So we had y will be equal to 4x squared plus 2x minus 1. Now, instead of having C, we're going to have -6. So, but like I said, because plus times minus will give you minus, we can now write this as what? -6. And that will be the answer for that. So you see, in the previous video, when we were solving, we don't have the value for C, all right? We integrated it and just added plus C. But in this case, because we had extra information, we could get the value for C. All right, so I want you to try these questions, okay? I want you to try this, and you can put the answer in the comment section. Okay, so let's go. So we can find the y expressions. In each case, all right? Find the y expression in each case. So we have number 1, we're integrating 3x minus 6x squared at 2 and 1. And also I want you to integrate 3 minus square root of x at 4 and 2, okay? So you can try this, but just remember, okay, it has to be, before you integrate this, remember you have to convert it to index form, all right? So don't forget that before you start, make sure you've converted it to index what? Index form. All right, so that is that for that. So that's how to find for the value of C. So quickly, just a quick recap. Like I said, the first thing, you have to apply the 3 rules of integration in the general form. You substitute the value of x and y. You make C the subject of the formula. Then after you're done with that, you replace the value of C to get the answer. Okay, and that is that for that. So what I want to do now is that we're going to go straight now into the laws of integration, the 15 rules or the 16 rules of integration, and how to integrate this. And I will really suggest that the next couple of videos, you take it seriously, because all the tricks of integration, I'm going to try as much as possible to bring it out in the 16 rules. All right. And if you have any question, please don't hesitate to contact me. And always ensure you review the previous video, and don't forget to subscribe so that when I post new video, you'll be the first person to know. All right, I'm going to see you soon in the next video, and please do not hesitate to contact me if you have any question. And we're going to talk about the 16 rules of integration. See you soon.